Fox News host Dana Perino is wildly triggered by Gavin Newsom's tweets ridiculing Donald Trump. And this is proof that it is working. We already spoke earlier. Gavin Newsom's tweets ridiculing Trump with the hyperbolic scare quotes in capital letters have made Trump turn on a dime, and he's no longer putting out those posts. Trump's posts are now written in normal syntax, not capitalizing the entire thing or not even really capitalizing random words. It got to Trump. It has rattled Trump. But Dana Perino is insisting it's so lame. It's so cringe what Gavin Newsom is doing. How doesn't his wife tell him to stop it, Gavin? And this is more proof that this is working. They don't know how to handle it.
The other thing is, or the debate, the other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if you really, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious."
You know, it's incredible how they just don't seem to get it. Newsom is too unserious to be a contender for the presidency because of the tweets he's putting out. But the guy whose tweets they are modeled after, Donald Trump, who's been doing it for a decade, he's not too unserious by doing it in a real manner. Trump is serious when he puts out those types of tweets. Newsom's just making fun of Trump, but somehow the one making fun of the tweets has disqualified himself, but the guy who spent a decade putting the tweets out hasn't debased himself and is still a legitimate president. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. And the cognitive dissonance here is evidence that they realize that it is working. Because for years, Trump has thrived on these, it's Twitter style trash talk, even though he's really doing it on Truth Central right now. And, you know, he does the nicknames, the insults, and the cheap shots. That's been his brand. Fox never had a problem with it, ever. They cheered it. They said it's refreshing. He talks like a normal person. They said Trump's telling it like it is. And the second that Gavin Newsom fires off a few sarcastic tweets, suddenly Fox News is pearl clutching. They're, oh, how could he do this? It's so unpresidential. And I think back to when Trump would tweet at 3 a.m. about Rosie O'Donnell and Diet Coke and who knows what else. This is the point. Newsom is exposing the absurdity of how Trump has communicated. And the fact that they're angry with Newsom and not with Trump, it's evidence that they know it's wacky, but it's also a win for Gavin Newsom, because every time MAGA influencers or people like Fox News host Dana Perino, every time they try to go after Newsom for this, it's another win. They are forcing the battlefield in a direction that favors Newsom, where the context is, man, Trump is kind of ridiculous with these posts. Now, this is new territory for Democrats. Democrats for a long time, you know, would try to take the high road on social media. And then MAGA would just keep weaponizing the memes and they'd weaponize the whole thing. And Newsom is showing that when Democrats step onto the battlefield and use some of the same tools, Republicans really don't know how to handle it. And they get triggered. And the more triggered that Fox gets, the more obvious it becomes that Newsom has taken the wind out of the sails of the MAGA propaganda machine. So I don't know what the playbook is going to be for Democrats. I don't know if Gavin Newsom's planning to run for president. It sort of seems like he is, but we don't know that. Democrats need to be sharper and more ruthless online, but at the same time governing effectively. And so that's as far as I'm going. Newsom's got a good idea with the redistricting, and he's gotten Trump rattled with the online posting. That makes it a different fight going into 26 and 28 if Democrats are actually ready to make that a reality. Now, on the bonus show today, we're going to talk about what's going on with the Texas redistricting. What is the latest? Donald Trump has also vowed to end the use of mail-in ballots ahead of the 2026 midterm election. We'll talk about the legal fight there. And then finally, former Senator Sherrod Brown has launched an Ohio Senate campaign. What is going on there? Does he have a shot? Is this something we should be happy to see? All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. Sign up instantly at joinpakman.com. And make sure you're getting my Substack newsletter at substack.davidpakman.com.